How far are you willing to go? The drive, the sweat, the blood, the tears, your determination through the pain and all the suffering, people overlooking you, telling you that you're not good enough. You have to believe that you're great. And with you believing that you're great, anything you want to do, you can achieve. No one can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. Keep driving. Keep uplifting yourself. Keep going. Keep going. Nothing, and no one can stop you. That goal you want, you can achieve it. How you inspire people is going to be up to you. Keep going. Never give up. Never give up. Keep going. Never give.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. And we here on 910 Sports once again. First and foremost, I got to thank God, like I always do, for this great platform to have great interviews and great people. So, hey, tonight we got a special show. This is our season finale. Before we go into season four, really more seasons than that, but I just started categorizing it maybe like a couple of years ago. So it's really like season six, but we just gonna call it the end of season three right now. But I got a special panel on tonight because tonight is our NFL preview show, and I know the guys are very excited. We all big football fans, been football fans our whole life. So I'm gonna go from my right, left, whatever it is, on around. So I got the legendary, what I'm saying, one of the greatest coaches in the world. I got Coach Goins in the building. What's going on, family?
Hey man, it's a great night. What a great panel, and I'm ready to be. You know what? It's locked and loaded. Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I got family over here beside him. We don't know. I know this man for 27 years. You know what I'm saying? A great pastor, great man of God. I got Pastor Ed Gordon in the building. What's going on,
What's
brother?
up? What's up? Love y'all. I'm just honored to be in the midst of all this greatness.
Okay, okay. And then at the bottom of the screen, boy, I got the GOAT of AAU of our travel basketball. He got about 50 titles. You know what I'm saying? He got more titles than Jordan and Bill Russell put together, I think, by now. You know what I'm saying? But I got the great Jason Jones, Coach Jason Jones in the building. You at Pinecrest now, right?
Yeah. I've been PC, man. I've been at PC for a couple of years now, about 4 or 5 years over there, hanging in there, man. I appreciate you guys having me on y'all show, man. It's blessings, blessings to everybody.
I appreciate you coming on. And then I'm gonna jump over my partner, and then I'm gonna come back to him. So I'm saying I got the great, coach himself, ex-ball football player. I think he played basketball. I think he might have played tennis and hockey too. I'm not even sure. But I'm gonna say I got the great Coach Randy Page. What's going on, brother?
Ain't
Um,
nothing, man. I appreciate y'all having me back on. Man. I'm excited about this whole process. So
I appreciate it. And then last but not least, you know what I'm saying? I got Dak Prescott, doggone Tony Romo, Tony Dorsett, you know what I'm saying? Anybody named Tony that played for Dallas, I got the greatest fan on earth. Earth is this the great Jacob, the great of the Dallas Cowboys. What's going on, brother?
Blessings. Cowboys Nation is in the building. We about to get into
Okay.
the season. So, respect that star at all
Oh,
times.
Lord. Here we go. He
Uh,
cutting up already. Going. He cutting up already, coach. So
Damn,
this
you
is
know
what we're
what?
gonna do, huh?
they ain't won.
I was gonna say we needed Pastor Ed to pray for us right off the bat.
Hey, I can use
We
all the
might need
prayers
both of
I
y'all
can.
to pray.
Hey,
You know,
yeah,
to
I,
get through this one.
I can use
But
all the
anyway,
prayers I can get.
we gonna be hospitable tonight. So we gonna start with our guests first and let them chime in. So before I actually get into actual the conference and divisions, all this stuff, I want everybody to chime in real quick about the Shador Sanders situation because me and Coach was talking about it, and I just want everybody to chime in and tell me what y'all thoughts is on it. So we're gonna start with Pastor Gordon first, and then work our way around.
Uh,
Hello?
to so to me, it's just a same old, right? It's it's somebody trying to teach somebody a lesson, in my humble opinion. It's someone who obviously performed a lot more than where he was drafted. Some folks that were drafted ahead of him are not as good, and proof will be in the pudding. But it's all about opportunity. So hopefully he gets an opportunity. That's my prayer, is that he just gets an opportunity to show, like he did against the Panthers, right? Like, just give him an opportunity and let's see what happens. He's kept quiet. He's just going about his business. So I'm not really sure what the lesson that was trying to be taught was taught, but you know, without going into Plymouth Rock landing on us, we know kind of where it where it happened. So that's my opinion.
Okay, Jason.
But behind the scenes, man, it's just a shame that his skill didn't dictate where he was drafted at. Skill wise, we all know he should have been drafted higher than he was, and it's a shame that he's penalized technically from things from his father. He's penalized from really making NIL money and showing I worked hard to get this NIL money. So if I got me to watch and I'm on TV, it is what. But they penalized him for things not even related to football, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It was a case where we're going to show you that behind the scenes, we still pull these strings and we can dictate the whole league if we need to be. So now, like you said, you got to maximize the opportunity. I mean, he in a situation with Cleveland where they quarterback heavy. Even though all of them might not be good, he got 4 quarterbacks ahead of him. So he got to maximize every minute he get in that situation. And then the elephant in the room is Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun come back this year, how many are they going to let go? Or do they let him go? You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Right, Coach Randy?
Well, I have to agree with the combination of Pastor Gordon and Coach Jones. There was a lot of stuff that was done off the field, and he got penalized for it. But I still think it's simple, though. You put your head down, you be quiet, you go out there and grind, and you take care of business, and you go out there and think team first. The cream will rise to the top. I think he'll be successful long term. The key for him, though, all the off the field stuff and all this extra stuff when it comes to drama and all this clickbait stuff, just put that stuff to the side and just do what you need to do, and you'll play in the league for 10 or 15 years. Just keep your mind closed and just grind.
Okay. All right. Jacob.
Well, man, paying for your bloodline is diabolical.
It is.
For him to have to pay for his bloodline, to pay for his daddy's greatness, and to pay for his daddy having an opinion, just like every other human being, and for you to be greater than they ever thought you was, and for you to have to pay for that, man, that's as the old folks say, man, that's a shame. That's a shame for God. You know what I mean? Like you talking about a kid who has never been in trouble with the law, a kid who maintained at least a 3.4 grade average. And you talking about a kid that just loved the game of football so much. And you talk about a kid that if you say something derogatory, disrespectful for his daddy, he gonna say something he's supposed to. You know what I mean? Because that's his bloodline. You know what I mean? Without his daddy, he ain't here. And so to get penalized for that, because you're not gonna penalize Peyton and Eli if you said something derogatory about Archie when he was playing, you're definitely not gonna penalize them because they're gonna take up for their dad too. And so it's just the NFL, man. You know that the NFL has always been that mentality of the Willie Lynch syndrome and the damage in the mind, like Jim Crow. That's my take on it.
Okay. All right, Coach Goins.
Well, you know what? Just like all of the other panelists said, and I'm just going to chime in. And you and I were talking on even before we came on the air. It's an embarrassment. I've been a huge football fan all my life, but I tell you what, it was a major blow to me. And it doesn't really, what has Coach Goins got to do with everything, but just how it was set up and the power. And I think Coach Jones, tapped into it. Is when the league makes that, they put that flag up and say nobody touches them and nobody touches them. I go to this saying, don't worry about what Mr. Charles can do for you. You worry about what Mr. Charles can do to you. So my thing is just like everybody else is, just button it up, Don't take it. Just keep your head down, and it's just like anybody else. You go out for a job interview and you don't get it. They're really going to see how you're going to act when you didn't get the job, and they're going to base everything on your behavior if you didn't get the promotion that you were rightfully due. So I think we've all maybe not at that level, but I think we've all had a little bit of taste of that pie, and we've all been able to work through that process and become the men that we are today. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this before we move on: is if I don't know who all watched the game earlier today, but they basically set the man up for failure. They got him out there
Absolutely.
working with UPS workers and Amazon drivers today. You know what I mean? And not to be not no disrespect to them guys that do that kind of work, but y'all know what I mean. And at the
Absolutely.
end of the day, he out there running for his life. He probably thought he was back in Colorado the first year he got there when he handled offensive line the way he was running for his life today. You know what I mean? So I just feel like if they don't want him, just trade him, let him go. Somebody eventually pick him up. It's a lot of backup quarterbacks. It's terrible. You know what I mean? That I'm pretty sure Shador could fill that role, and then maybe eventually work his way to a starting lineup if God forbid a quarterback gets hurt or just plays like trash, and he can get his chance. But Cleveland don't want him, so stop playing with the man time
Yep.
and just move
Absolutely.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this is what we're gonna do, fellas. We're gonna go from division to division, break down as many of the teams, how we want to do it, how y'all want to discuss about each team in those divisions or whatever the important teams at least. And then we're gonna at the end we're gonna make uh predictions. They don't have to stick to stone, but but we're gonna make predictions on who's gonna make it to the Super Bowl if everybody confident and they don't feel like, oh, if I say the wrong thing, I'm gonna look bad. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. So everybody agreement?
Absolutely.
All right, okay. Congress say amen. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start off with the AFC East. I'm gonna let Jason start this time. Uh-oh, he buffering. Oh, Jason, you hear me? Okay, must be. Was that me?
No, I can
Man,
hear
I
you.
I got a bad connection, man. I ain't heard nothing.
Oh, I was saying we're gonna start off talking about the AFC East. If you can hear me, what you feel about the AFC division? Who you think who gonna come out at the top?
Man, I don't know, man. Hold on. Hey, Jonas, let me see if I can get me another signal right quick. Hey, go to somebody else
Okay.
right quick.
All right. Go ahead, Pastor Gordon.
Get a better signal, man.
Oh, you said the AFC East.
Yes.
So I'm a native New Englander, right? So if we're talking about the regular season, we know who's going to win. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills, right? They're the paper champs, right? They're so good in the regular season, right? They dominate in the regular season, and then when the game matters, they kind of go home. And that's been what I've seen from them. I mean, they're loaded, right? They've got the talent. This should be their division in a walkthrough, to be honest. Patriots are dead. Jets are the Jets, and then you got the Dolphins, right? So to me, this is one of the weakest divisions. I think it's for Buffalo to take, and they'll be one of the best teams in the AFC because it's kind of like the Patriots back in the day. They don't have a lot of comp within the division, so they're going to look pretty good, I think, getting home field against all those sorry teams in the same conference.
Okay. You good, Jason?
Back now, yeah, I done got outside the car. I think I might have made a trip. I can agree with that, man. I think it's really, even though I'm a Patriot fan from way back, man, I think for what Buffalo got going on is their division. But I won't be shocked for the upsets in that either, though. You know what I mean? Just because he don't have the weapons that he normally got, in my opinion. I mean, I know they just signed Cook to a contract extension or whatnot, but I do feel they'll be number one in that division. Outside of them, it's a toss-up in that division, to be honest with you, because those guys will be chomping at the bit to get a W off each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Fields in New York. I mean, whatever they got going on with the Jets or whoever, but it's just up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? Up for grabs at that point. But yeah, Buffalo come out of there.
Okay, Coach Goins.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna be the guy that stirs the drink. So I'm gonna roll with these guys. I mean, it's the Bills. I mean, it's the it's been the Bills or it's been the Patriots, right? The Bills or the Patriots. The Dolphins, who can stay healthy at the quarterback spot, right? And the Jets, as Pastor Ed said, the Jets are the Jets. I mean, when's the last time the Jets were anything? Joe Namath. I mean, like, come on. So I'm going. You got to put the chips
Hey,
in on the well, hey man, and that's what we talking about, right? I mean, go back
woo.
in the right. All right, so maybe not Joe Namath, maybe what Mark Gastineau, and all that.
Boy,
But
hey,
you got
you
to
sound
push
like Mad Dog Russo on here.
you got to push the chips in on just like Pastor said. You got to push the chips in on Buffalo regular season. But just like anything, come playoff time, you know what I mean, they put it this way, and I'll end on this. The Buffalo Bills are Sports Illustrated, meaning they come out once a week.
All right, Jacob, what's up, man?
Well, I mean, I agree with the rest of the panel. I think it'll be Buffalo, but I ain't no Josh Allen fan, man. They want Josh Allen to be this golden boy so bad,
Mm.
and every time he get in the playoffs, I feel like I'm seeing a Nerf football game. So
Mm, not another football game. Good Lord.
but me myself, I'm gonna tell you, and I kind of tell you this right here, man. I'm hoping Justin Fields can do something with the Jets, man. You know what I mean? I like Justin Fields. I've always liked him since college, man. But I'm gonna say this right here, man. You know, it's gonna be a difficult task, man, because it's just the Jets, man. The whole organization, the front office, man. I feel like they could get a better GM, man. Like you would get better traction as from a GM if you hire Elmer Fudd. You know what I mean? Like they have the worst GMs I've seen in my life, man. Like man. Is there a book they call Hooked on Phonics for GMs?
Hey, well, hey, all of us say is Buffalo Bills. Of course, everybody, we probably consensus. Buffalo Bills definitely gonna
A-
probably win the division. Miami can't
Absolutely.
play. Not Miami can't play below 50-degree weather, so that's why they can't win nothing because you get below 50 degrees and everybody forget how to catch, run, and remember the plays. So it's
That's
like their brain freeze up and their legs freeze up all at the same time if it get below 50 degrees for some reason. You know what I
right.
mean? And the Jets, I don't know, they all over the place. And so, it's just one of them divisions like when Brady was in it. He gonna run rough shot in it. Buffalo, Josh Allen gonna have one of them careers, maybe minus the Super Bowls, because he started to look like James Harden in the playoffs or something like it.
Mm.
Regular season they dominate, and in the playoffs,
I
they
told you.
forget how to win. So I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But what's up, Rob, Coach Page? What's your thoughts on the AFC East?
Basically, the something like you just said, it's the Buffalo Bills and it's everybody else. I mean, somebody has to win the division. You know what I'm saying? And Buffalo is built to not only win the division, but I mean, they have a pretty good chance to at least get the AFC Championship.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next division, which is
Let me say this: what you said about the Dolphins. How can every grown man on the Miami Dolphins be anemic? So everybody got low blood.
Hey, I don't know. I guess
I
all of
can't.
us
I
be
can't
anemic
take
or
it.
something.
I can't take it.
You know what I'm saying? You said every time you get under 50 degrees, they can't flow. So everybody got low blood. So
I
you need to send a shipment to Miami Dolphins. Everybody need to take iron pills.
Oh man, hey, you see what I got to deal with every week? You see what me and Coach Gold got to deal with every week? This every week, bro. This every week.
I'm gonna piggyback on that. The Miami Hurricanes have the same problems too.
Mm.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? They only play like 4 games away from the crib this year, which that's kind of crazy. I never seen that before. No, normally your
Something in
football
that.
schedule's even. but they only play 4 away games, which is kind of weird.
Hey,
But anyway,
I'm a Tar Heel, and the one team that Matt Brown could beat was Miami. Couldn't beat anybody else, but he sure enough could beat Miami year
yeah,
after year.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Used to make, man, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. Make me maybe, well, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. But anyway, we go to AFC West. I kick this one off this time. AFC West, you know, I'm always with my homeboy. That's my favorite quarterback besides my own, Jaden Daniels, in the league. So I've been a my homeboy for probably from almost day one that he stepped on the field. And so until he gets dethroned by his own division, I know he get beat in the Super Bowl every now and then, but until he get dethroned, I'm gonna still put him at the top of the mountain. Now I will say this: Denver is coming. I know my partner not a big fan of Sean Payton, but Denver is coming. You know what I'm saying? They got defense, they got the running game. More than likely, they got a good, decent passing game. They got a quarterback that look like he's gonna be a franchise type guy. So I'm gonna say Kansas City, Denver. I'm gonna put the Chargers right behind him, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Justin Herbert. I think he overrated. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then I'll put the Raiders, I guess, coming up the rear like always. So that's my thoughts on it. So I'm gonna go to Randy this time first. Let Randy start off.
You were. I had to go. I'm gonna say it's going to be the Chiefs, but it's going to be the Chargers. Justin Herbert does not have to be a world beater. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, and at the same time, man, as long as you got Coach Harbaugh, solid run, got a pretty good defense. I Chargers in every game that they play in.
Oh, okay. You break it up a lot over there. So I'm gonna go to Jason because I don't know tell what Jacob gonna say. I'm gonna go to Jason.
No, hey, you know what though, man? And like y'all boys, I actually do like Justin Herbert though, man. You know, but he not coming out of there. It's still Patty Mahomes and everybody else. Period. That's just how it go. Pat Mahomes and them is still reigning supreme until somebody dethrone them consistently. You know what I mean? So the Chiefs is still lonely at the top in that division. I mean, Justin them could still off on them. Raiders, he got a lot going on his plate, man. Denver the wild card to me in the AFC West or whatnot. You know what I mean? Just because, but coming out of there, that's gonna be Pat Mahomes in there. That's my opinion. And
Okay.
With that nucleus he got, he'll find a way to get it done.
Okay, go ahead, Ed.
I'll be honest, man. I like the Chargers more than most. I like Omarion Hampton, and I think that Harbaugh is going to run that dude, and he's going to run a bunch. I think he could be Rookie of the Year. Honestly, I think he's going to get a lot of carries. I know they have Najee Harris too, but Najee's Najee. I think Omarion's going to take that job, and I think that Harbaugh is going to depend on the running game. And Herbert looks pretty, right? He's Josh Allen light, right? He looks pretty when it empty stats, right? He'll put up a lot of empty stats. Great fantasy football quarterback. Love him in fantasy football. But when the plays really matter, I think the running game is where they're going to win. So I'm hoping to see a tight division. I think Denver. I don't think Denver's going to be. I think Knicks is going to step back a little bit. I think he's going to have a little bit of second year jinx a little bit myself. I think they're going to catch up to him a little, but we'll see. I'm not as big a Sean Payton fan. Anybody who sits Drew Brees and brings in that other dude to play quarterback just to show how smart he is, that tells me what kind of coach he is. Like, why would you ever bench a Pro Bowl quarterback in his prime to bring in a gadget player? You know, just to prove a point. So that's the thing about Sean Payton. His ego gets in the way, in my opinion. So I do think that this is Mahomes' division. And it's Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid could take just about any quarterback, in my opinion. If he drafted Trubisky instead of Mahomes, I think you'd be hearing about Trubisky. You know, I just think Andy knows what he's doing when it comes to these quarterbacks.
Okay. Now I will say about Justin Herbert, if you did a blind resume and say who's up under this helmet, or just put on a different helmet, is Phillips 2.0. Philip Rivers, and Philip Rivers was what they call empty calories. He had a bunch of stats that didn't mean nothing at the end of the day. So that's what until Justin Herbert can prove to me that he can actually do something in the playoffs, I don't care how good he can throw the ball. But anyway, go ahead, Coach Goin.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to ride with my nephew when he talked about them Chiefs, and I think Pastor called it out. You know, Andy Reid, and I've always been partial to Andy Reid because think back on it, he gave Mike Vick a shot. And that's because he know he could spin it and let the past be the past, and that's what sometimes have to do. Sean Payton, here's another one of the things that sticks in my side is why is he allowed in the league? You go out and you do that bounty and you do a little suspension. If he's looking like anybody on the panel, he might not even be coaching high school football. So I'll
You
leave that
right.
alone. But the thing is, you're not gonna beat the Chiefs as long as we know, as Mahomes is at the helm and the Reed's at the helm, they're gonna make it work. And the Chargers, you know what? They may be the sleep or the dark horse in that. But if I had to push my chips in right now, it would definitely be the Kansas City Chiefs. So
Yeah,
All right, go ahead, Jay.
I kind of agree with that. Kansas City Chiefs, my homeboy, and then you got a pop of mine like Andy Reid, and I say Denver got a good defense, but your head coach is Donald Trump in a headset. So you know, I can't,
I can't take it.
man,
I
I
can't
can't,
take it.
I
I
can't,
can't take
I
it.
can't.
This joker said Donald Trump in a headset.
And,
Okay.
and, and,
I
and
can't take
Gotta-
Justin Herbert is sunshine off the rim of Titans.
Mhm.
He can throw the ball a mile, but he can't pitch it to the left. You know what I mean? Follow the pitch. Follow the pitch. You know what I mean? And the Raiders, man. Maybe we can get some give the Raiders some upliftment. You know what I mean? And maybe we can sing them a couple hymns, and they should change their name to the Los Angeles Crusaders. You know what I mean?
it.
Man,
Say the Crusade. The
Oh
Crusaders.
wow. Okay. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
We got we got the AFC South. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start off with Coach Goins on this one.
Well, you know what? I tell you what. You can say what you want to say, but you better watch them Titans. Just because that Cam, he's got something to prove. Same thing with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got to put that line up in front and keep my man upright because he got 12 to throw it to, and especially what's nice about Hunter going down there, they're letting him go both ways, which is you manage that process, but he'll be strong. But also the big call out in that division. And what I hate is how fast Texas got on the scene. You think back years, and it's like all of a sudden they just started, dropping off. And but they made a few moves to get back in the game. But I still say the Titans are going to be the team to beat in that division, just because you think about it. When Cam said that he saw his dad getting up, go to work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to a job that he didn't like. That's why he's at the arena or at the stadium getting his in, and that's what it takes. You the number one guy. Show up, put your work in. But I absolutely think the Titans can be very very strong, but they better make sure that they got the Jags in the rearview mirror because again, the quarterback for the Jags is leaving my mind. But I know he's a Clemson guy, but you keep him
Trevor
upright.
Lawrence.
Yeah, Lauren, you keep him upright, and I think him and Hunter can do some special things.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
Mm. Uh, I might rock with them Texans on that, man. You know what I mean? Just because he got something that fell off after having a strong showing. I think they in position maybe for a little bounce back. I mean, the Titans with Ward been a hot man everywhere he went, man. From Washington to Miami, he been that guy, been able to win on this pro level though. On this pro level here, can he make them receivers do what he want them to do? Is the question. You know what I mean? Can he make them work? You know what I mean? And you got Golden Boy down there, Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like him at Clemson. Good quarterback, good solid quarterback. Like I'm saying, to keep him upright, he can find his target. But I still think that division, it's up in the air for me on that division. I can't even. I'm not even gonna say because there's a lot of wild cards to me in that division right there. I don't have a clear cut somebody I feel is that much better than the next team in that division right there. I think that'll be an interesting week in, week out scenario, in my opinion.
All right, go ahead, Ed.
I like the Texans. I love their pass rush. I love those ends. I think they're going to get a lot of pressure. It all comes down to that offensive line, right? CJ's great, right? If he can stay in that pocket and and he can dial, right? I think he has one of the prettiest balls in the league when he has time. The problem is pressure just cooks him, and they haven't been able to block anybody. And I think that's the problem they have. I think they have pieces all around. I like D'Amico. I think he's got them playing hard, right? It's just I don't know about offense. I don't know that they already fired one offensive coordinator, right? But they can't block. And it doesn't matter how good a quarterback you are if you can't block, right?
Absolutely.
So as good as their defense is, and I think it is going to be very good, I think that it's all going to be about CJ and whether he can stay upright. The rest of the division, it's all, who knows? Trevor Lawrence is another tease, right? You know, he has all the things you want in a quarterback, but again, do they come together? I actually think Deshaun was a much better quarterback in college than Trevor ever was. Honestly, you know, he carried a team. I don't really think Trevor really carried a team, and that's, my daughter went to Clemson, so I watched firsthand. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in that division. I don't think it's much of a division, but I think the Texans could have a high ceiling. They could be the best team. You know, they could be a Cinderella story if they can block. But that's a big if.
They can bounce back. Yeah.
I'm gonna let Jacob come last. I'm gonna go ahead. It's tricky for me because I'm a Cam Ward guy because I'm a huge Miami Hurricane fan, and he's one of those guys. When I heard about him before he got there, all the hype in the first game against Florida last year, you know, he threw that first pick, and then after that he showed up and showed out, and I said, okay, this guy's the truth, and he was the truth. If Miami had half of a defense last year, they might have been in the national championship game.
Correct.
But they didn't. That defense was so terrible, boy. They couldn't stop a turtle. So, so at the end of the day, I just feel like he could be the C.J. Stroud, the Jay Daniels type story this year, especially due to the fact they're not even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So he's just gonna come up from the rear like Jaden Daniels did when all the hype was on Caleb last year. So he can maybe show improve, and he has all the poise, he got the arm strength, he got all the tools. So I'm gonna actually go against the grain and say Tennessee gonna be a surprise team, win the division, and I think Houston end up in second. Jacksonville gonna be Jacksonville, and who else? The Colts. The Colts. I don't think they know if they going left or right or up or down. They don't know what the hell they doing. Oh, I'm sorry. They don't know what the heck they doing. So but anyway, go ahead. Pray for me, Ed. Pray for me. Go ahead, Jake.
You're all right.
Well, I'm gonna go with the Texans, man. Because I always like C.J. Stroud. I think he got a lot of poise. I think he got a lot of intensity. I think he got great field awareness. And the story of him last year is, he had a bad news Bears offensive line, and who can get from the pressure of these NFL greats that's coming off their defensive end of the ball. If your offensive line looking like they create the cereal box with Tony Tiger, you know what I mean? You can't do it, man. So, but I will say this about Cam Ward. Cam Ward is going to be as great as his offensive line and his receivers. If his offensive line and his receivers are great, he's going to have a spectacular season. And who else we got, Akon?
In the AFC South.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Houston, you got Tennessee, you got Jacksonville, and you got the Colts.
Well, Jacksonville already cooked because if that woman tell number 12 to go jump across the moon and bring her a cheesesteak, he gonna be in Jupiter somewhere. I mean, it's endless. Like it's bad. It's bad, man. And the Colts, man. I mean, the Colts play like an AAU traveling football team. So I mean, they supposed to be professional, man. I call them the Baltimore safety pins. I don't know.
Oh Lord, man. All right, we're gonna move on to our last team in the conference. We're gonna move on to the AFC North. I'm gonna let Coach go and start since that's his division, that's his team.
Watch out, baby. I tell you what, man. Like I said, I'm going into this season. I'm limping. Hey, I might even be on the injured reserve just because again I'm just really I don't know. I mean, and that's not the question that you asked, man. Again, I'm a huge Steeler guy. I know you guys know that. But I just don't know. I just don't know as it relates to the organization. Really let me down. But you got to go. You got to look at them Bengals. I mean, the Bengals can be the Bengals, right? They need to bounce back. The Ravens are always solid. There's always, and that's one thing about that division. It's always, who can take the hardest head blow, right? Because divisional games mean a lot in that division, and we talked about the Patriots and all that earlier. But the Steelers and of course Mike T. He's never had a losing season. This may be his first, and it may be his last. You know what I mean? And just because sometimes you gotta, I almost use it like an Andy Reid situation. He
Mhm.
left Philadelphia, went to Kansas City, boom, right? And Mike T may leave Pittsburgh, go somewhere, boom. And I'm not saying he's not a great coach. Sometimes you can stay too long in the place and kind of wear out your welcome. But we've got to get better, and we got to get better like yesterday. But if I had to pick from the top, I'd have to go with the Ravens, followed by my Steelers, and then just the whole controversy in the quarterbacks in Cleveland. I think it's going to end up tearing up the locker room before the season's over with, and I'm going to put them at the bottom and then slide the Bengals up. So that's it from your loyal Steeler fan.
Wow.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
Ah, well, I'm going against the grain. I believe in Joe Burrow and what he got going on. Lamar and them, they've been knocking on the door for a few years. And it's what they're doing, knocking on the door. So I feel this year here with contracts intact, I think Joe Nim number one in that division, followed by Lamar and them. Throw them Steelers in there, and then them dwellers in Cleveland at the bottom. But that top two spot, I mean, it's interchangeable because Baltimore is that strong with King Henry, with Lamar running the ball. I mean, that's almost unstoppable two forces right there. But I just feel right now, if Joe Nim can get a little help on the other side of the ball, I can see them being number one in that division this year.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna say this. Lamar and them need to do how what Tupac said back in the day. We tried to knock. We might need to come through the back door. We might start kicking the door because the knocking ain't working. Um, but um, but I will say this: Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore still the king of that division. Like you said, that 1-2 punch is deadly with him and with Henry. So and then and then they always going. The defense gonna be solid enough to keep them in games. I just see when I was watching the Washington Bengals. I'm not a big preseason game fan, but both of them
Mm-mm.
was playing like they wons in that game last week on Monday night, and the way Jane Daniels got down the field, that was just too easy. So I'm just like, oh, Bengals look like the same old, same old. So I think that he gonna have to put up 50 points a game for them to even stay in games, and I don't think they're gonna get as lucky as they did last year. And if they talking about trading Trey Henderson, at this point, it don't look like it's gonna be one of them things where they're gonna end up signing them. It's like they're gonna have to get rid of them. So that's really gonna hurt them. So I'm gonna put Baltimore at the top. There's something about Tomlin. I don't know. He always find a way for some reason to stay relevant. So I'm just gonna put the Steelers at second just because by default. Then I'm gonna go to Bengals and then Cleveland. I don't know. They might as well just go ahead and get the four of us to try out for quarterback because they got like five quarterbacks on the roster. So they might as well go ahead and throw us in there, give us an opportunity. So, but anyway, go ahead, Gordon. Because I'm gonna let Jacob end it off on the conference, and then what we're gonna do before we jump to the next conference, go ahead and just throw out the whole who y'all think gonna get to the Super Bowl.
So you said me. So for me,
Yeah.
they shouldn't have. I think they spent too much money on T. Higgins. You got an elite pass rusher you're not paying right now. You're playing games. You're being the Bengals. You're being cheap, right? You're playing the games with this dude that you don't need to play with a sorry defense. He's the one guy on defense that can play. So I think that division is up for grabs. I think Lamar's got to prove. Like the team's got to prove themselves when it matters. I think he's proven himself. But I think the team has to find a way. Maybe it's a Harbaugh thing too. You got to find a way to make that one extra play. They've always come up one or two plays short, and greatness is coming up with that play. And I think Lamar is great, but I don't know. It's just something doesn't seem to click. When it really matters, like just inches away. It's always inches away in that division. So I'm thinking it's probably still Baltimore or Cincinnati, but I think in that division, I hate to say it doesn't matter, because I just feel like when playoff time comes, I don't think either one of those teams are going to be the teams that are left standing, in my opinion, in the AFC.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Jacob. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let you say what you feel. We're gonna do the Super Bowl pick for that side. When we get to the NFC side, we're gonna have to speed it up a little bit. So what we're gonna do on the NFC side, we just gonna pick the team. We ain't gonna analyze all the other teams. We're just gonna pick who we think gonna win each division.
Excellent.
But go ahead, Jacob.
Well, Baltimore is probably going to win the division. I just think that Harbaugh, like he just can't get them to that place of where they can go to paradise and win the Super Bowl, man. It's like if they meet my homeboy, they definitely gonna lose. So and I like Lamar Jackson, man, but he ain't your he can run the ball, but he can't turn it on and off where he can come elite back there in that pocket. In my opinion, you know what I mean. And Mike T, OG Mike T is he always find a way to win, and the point is, we gonna see what Aaron Rodgers gonna do. We gonna see what Gomer Pyle at quarterback really gonna do. You know what I mean? So yeah, and Joe Blow the lover, man. Yeah, Joe can pass that thing. He got good receivers, and he got field away, but his defense, man, his defense run out there like a bunch of Tonkatards. Like they don't even know what they be doing, bro. Like it's sad. And Cleveland, we should just change their name to the Cleveland Clowns. You know what I mean? Because they've been clowning for a very long time.
You're right. Well, all right. So, Coach Gold, we're gonna go from the bottom to the top. I mean, top from the bottom. We're gonna Coach Goins pick your Super Bowl team coming out of the AFC.
Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, Ed.
Same thing.
Jason.
I'm going against the grain. I think Harbaugh and Lamar get there this year.
Okay, Joe. I guess they're gonna be kicking in the back door then. Okay, got to go through the window. Go ahead. Where's Jacob?
Chiefs.
Did you there?
Yeah,
Did he freeze up? Oh, okay. Hey, until they prove otherwise, I'm going Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Until they prove otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so he like when it come to that, he like LeBron in the East and Jordan back in his day. Hey, if you can't beat them, you can't beat them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we're gonna go to the NFC side. What we're gonna do? I'm just gonna go around around the horn. Coach, I'm gonna start off with the NFC North. Who you got?
The North, man. You had to start with the North. I'm gonna ride with the Vikings.
Okay,
Vikings will take it.
Ed, who you got?
I'm going with the Lions.
Lions. Okay. Yeah, because that's nephew. And Jason.
I'm with them Lions also.
And Jacob.
Green Bay.
All right. I'm gonna go with Lions because I'm going with me and Ed, we going with the family. Because I definitely felt bad for them last year, even though we was the team that put them out. You know what I mean? But I still felt bad for them not being able to, to get to that end. I feel like this year, if they could stay healthy, they'll get there. So, all right, NFC South.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If the Lions get there, then you're gonna see the Temptations on World Tour.
Lord have mercy. Go ahead, man. NFC. Go ahead. Lord, I can't get it out. Coach Goins, NFC. South.
NFC South. I'm gonna go out on this limb, man. I'm gonna ride with that whole Michael Penix deal. I'm going with them Falcons.
All right. Ed.
Yeah, I think I'm with them. With Atlanta.
Okay. And Jason.
Well, I was playing with the Falcons in my mind, man. You know what? Because I like old Penny. I'm gonna ride with the panel on that, man. I'm gonna ride with the panel on that.
Okay, Jacob.
I mean, I like Penix. I like the McCarthy, so I'm a ride. But man, I ain't never liked the Atlanta Pigeons.
Hey, well, we ain't consistent because I like Michael Penix back in college. I might have been the one person that thought he was the truth. I love the way he spin that ball.
Yes,
He got
sir.
one of the prettiest balls I ever seen in football history when he throw that thing. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta Falcons just because I want to see Atlanta rocking and rolling again. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been depressed ever since that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So next we got the NFC.
We took it from him.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Patriots fan. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with NFC West.
Oh man, NFC West. Let me go with them 49ers.
Okay. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. Niners or Rams. I'm. You know what? I'll take the Rams. To repeat.
Okay. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Rams too. Really, depending on Matthew Stafford recovery from that back surgery or whatnot he had going on. I know the 49ers just signed Robinson, their running back for C-Mac, but with your boys grabbing on Debo, I'm gonna go with them Rams. Yeah, I'm gonna go with them Rams.
Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm gonna say the Rams, but I'm gonna say this about the 49ers schedule, man. The 49ers schedule is easier than a youth choir. Boy, I ain't seen no easy schedule like that, man. Like man, the only other schedule I seen that easy like that was on the Bad News Bears, the movie.
Hey, well, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Rams just by default because I love Murray, but he's too little, and I don't know what Seattle got going on at quarterback really, and the rest of the two like the 49ers, they've been banged up, the Rams banged up, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the Rams just because they seem to always kind of pull it out when they need to. So I'm just gonna go with the last couple of years anyway. So I'm just go with the Rams. So last but not least, I'm gonna start with Cowboy fan himself on this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start with King Jacob. I want to get his thoughts.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys Nation all day, every day,
Oh no, that sounds like a Cowboy fan.
every time I breathe breath in my body. But this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with my boy because I'm supposed to. But I'm gonna say this right here, man. Philly lost a lot, offensive and defense. They lost about 3 linemen on offense and about 2 down linemen on the defense. And so I'm looking for Washington to make a substantial front again. And so all I'm gonna say is the Cowboys Nation better be ready. And because if they not, you might see Jerry Jones at running back.
Before you go, Coach Goin, I'm gonna send y'all a video. It's a guy on TikTok, and every time he get on there, he get to crying when the Cowboys lose. And I always send it to Jacob because he remind me of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send y'all the video when I get a chance. But anyway, go ahead, Coach Goin.
Man, I'm gonna have to call my agent after this show, man. I'm like, you know what? I need some NIL money for Jacob the Great. All right, I'm gonna go to the nation's capital. I'm gonna ride with them Commanders.
Okay. Go ahead, Ed.
Man, I still think it's the Eagles until Washington get that line better. They got to get the line better, and they got to play better defense. That defense is still a little soft.
Okay. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, the Deadskins are still suspect on D. You the champ till you ain't, so I'm riding with them Eagles. Till they ain't, baby.
Okay, well, all I can say, I'm a Washington fan all day, every day since the '80s. Just Joe Theismann and Charles Mann and Dexter Manley and Joe Gibbs and the whole nine. So I'm gonna do it like this. I got a heart and a head thing I do for my teams. My heart say the Washington Commanders, but my head say the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Just because the Eagles is loaded. It's almost starting to do investigation on how much money they really got. Because it's getting ridiculous now. You know what I'm saying? They trade and get whoever they want, like the old school Cowboys and 49ers from the 80s and 90s. It's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's their
I don't
Philadelphia
think they got
Mall
the
money.
same thing.
Oh, you don't even need that to get home.
You can't tell me that GM that much smarter than everybody in the league, but apparently so. But anyway, I'm gonna go with that's the way I'm gonna go with it. I think the Cowboys gonna surprise some people. I know everybody looking down on them, a lot of people in the league, but I think some Cowboys gonna do better because that two-headed monster, that wide receiver spot, I think gonna make a difference with helping Dak, make better decisions on the field. And as long as they get Micah straight, they should be all right. And the Giants, they're gonna upset a few teams. They're not as bad as people think they are. But I got, you know what I mean. But that's the way I got. I
Jerry ain't
got it.
about
I
to
mean,
Jerry ain't about to give him Jerry ain't about to give Michael no 43 million a year, man.
well, we'll see.
Like Jacob said, with Jerry rushing the ball, I mean, they may be there.
All right, with Coach Goins. Oh Lord, the lights went out on me. Coach Goins, give us a pick. Who you got for Super
Detroit.
Bowl? Detroit. All right. Ed?
Yeah, I think I'm with that.
Okay, you said Detroit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jason.
Man, boy, I like the Lions getting there, but I'm a firm believer in that boy done picked up Mechie at receiver with him. I'm staying with Jalen Hurts and them Eagles getting back, man.
Wow.
Okay. And Jacob.
We ain't there yet. I love my Cowboys, but we ain't there. So it's probably gonna be the Eagles.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Ed on this one. I'm gonna go with the Lions just because I felt like I feel like we still maybe a year away in our development. We do like Ed was saying with the defense and offensive line type thing going on, especially with our secondary on defense. Our secondary is still a little suspect, and on offensive line, that line got to get a little bit better. But I feel like the Lions is right there. If they can stay healthy, the Lions I think can get over that hump. I love Dan Campbell. He's just a coach's coach or player's coach, whatever you want to call him. He just kind of got that kind of energy around him. You know what I mean, or whatever. Even,
We do, but I'm gonna tell you this: when they don't get there, I'm gonna come on this song and have my speaker right here, and all you gonna hear, just my imagination.
On the world tour.
Well, I ain't gonna make y'all give a prediction right now. Maybe we'll do like the end of the year show. Hopefully we can do like at the end of the year. We come back on here again, God willing, and we can have like a prediction. Like once we see the whole bracket of players teams that make it actually there, and do a show and break down the playoffs. So that's my goal for us to be able to come back and have that type of show at the end. So, but I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on here tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, and y'all decided to rock with us. I'm sorry that Brandy couldn't get on as far as, his connection cycle was bad and he couldn't get his connection right. And Jason, I just appreciate Jason out there because he on daddy duty. So Oh, okay. So basically, he didn't. I guess he didn't want to go out there and embarrass himself on the skates. So he stayed in the car like us old dads do. We almost 50, so that's our excuse. We got bad knees. Just to tell you got bad knees anytime you got to do something.
I was in there with him, but I had to get out of there, man. Hey, I can't do no skate.
Hey, just tell him you got bad knees. We 50. We got bad knees. You know what I'm saying? That's what you go with every time. But and coach, Ed Gordon. You know, I know, and I just want y'all to just understand something with Coach. He's like you, Coach Jason. Uh, Basically, when it comes to that youth, he's big on the youth, develop them, but he does his in a spiritual way, with the godly way. You do yours on the football field and the basketball field and all on the basketball court and everything of that nature. Y'all do it maybe two different ways, but y'all still serving God in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Not to say you don't do it the other way too, but you know, you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And so both of y'all just, you know, doing y'all part. And that's what I love. And that's what we try to do our part on this platform when we bring the youth on and do interviews and stuff. So all of us is doing our part. And I would just say to any men out there that's out there, just do your part when it comes to this youth. Because right now they need us more than ever. So before we leave out, Coach Ed, can you give us like a quick prayer and send us up out of here?
All right. Lord, I just say thank you for these powerful men. I say thank you for the influence that they have. And I just ask, God, that you allow other young men to see that there is hope and there is a future for them. And there is excellence in their path. They just have to stick to it. So, God, I ask that you just don't let them get discouraged. And I ask that you just let them stay focused on their destiny. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. We're going to end it right there. God bless everybody. I have a wonderful week.
Be easy. Be
All right.
blessed.
Peace.
See y'all later.
All right, guys.